That doesn't sound like me.
What kind of iced tea do you have in Netherlands? Is it the sweet kind or is it the non-sweet kind?
Any kind of iced tea you can choose.
Because
God, I have no idea.
The notes page.
It's only been 3 weeks.
Yeah, but I mean, we survived the winter ice storm.
Mm-hmm.
We found Sovereign, but he managed to escape, presumably through invisibility potions.
Who knows?
His real name's Roland Greenfell. There were evil things in his basement.
Yeah, they were fun.
As all evil things should be. Roland had a letter from Prophet.
Mm-hmm.
Left for an encampment, but doesn't say where. And we got a potion of healing and a potion of invisibility. And we were going to go to Edgeport.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. So, we will pick back up with you guys. You're still in Wildhaven for the time being. You've had the morning to sort of recuperate, to do what you need to do, to discuss your plans going forward. So we're sort of like the remainder of the morning / early afternoon. Is there anything that you would like to partake in before setting on your merry way wherever you'd like to?
Stock my barrel up with lots and lots of alcohol.
Okay, it's going to be a pretty long journey, so you take the time to make sure your keg is right at capacity to feed you for the long trail.
Make sure we have food and water.
Okay.
That the clothes are whole.
The clothes are whole. Okay.
Yeah, repairing stuff.
Okay.
Like, if I have hole in my shoes, I'll fix it and stuff like that.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, on that, you sort of finish your morning preparations and you set on off. Who is leading?
I will.
Okay. So, you all set off on foot. You have sort of like your provisions in backpacks and bags and whatnot. And you make your way off following the main road, heading first to the northeast, and then eventually heading on north. So, start off with VMAC. Can I get a survival check, please?
We're going to get so fucking lost. You turn around and end up back in Wildhaven.
19. Okay. So, despite the recent storm having made the road quite treacherous and difficult to follow, you do a pretty good job at meandering your way through the landscape. You're sort of able to judge sort of the layout of the road and whatnot, where to stay clear from, and what are the quickest routes to take, and you do a pretty good. You rest up for the first evening, having completed maybe about half your total journey or so. But it's a fairly run-of-the-mill evening. You don't sort of hear any signs of danger and whatnot. And it appears as though the ice storm has sort of made whatever hostile inhabitants of the local area take refuge for at least the time being. So, you set on off for the continuation, and you make your way off. So, VMAC, can I get another survival check?
Yes. Let me just get back to the computer. I was in the kitchen.
Women.
Where the fuck is the mouse? Sorry. Game's not
Alright.
responding.
That's alright.
Ooh, a 7.
Okay. This time, after having gotten a bit of rest, it seems like there has been quite a bit of snowfall in the course of the evening, and it sort of made your journey a little bit more difficult. You take a route of what you think might be the safest direction to go, But it soon turns out, after say an hour or so of traversing, that you are truly lost at this point. You've sort of taken a road off the beaten track, and you've ended up in quite a large sort of foresty area before you. So, that in mind, that's me load of map.
By the way, Prime,
Yes, what is up?
one time earlier, you know when the ghosts were smothering us,
Mm-hmm.
and my strength ability score was low.
That's all been reset now. So you needed a long rest, which you've now taken.
Yes, I had written that.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure when I got it back.
that's all right. So you make your way through, and you think you see in the distance of the sort of like the trees and the landscape, sort of made your way into a thick sort of, well, it's only a forest, but like a small grove with woodlands around the. And you think you see directly in front of you what looks to be several tents, and what looks to be the remnants of a smouldering bomb not too far ahead. So, what do you decide to do?
They say, are we sure this is?
Of course it is. You doubt my question, my logic?
Yes.
You definitely think if you were going the right direction, you would have found your way back to the main road by this point.
Okay, maybe we're lost.
Haven't they maybe it's point in the right direction?
You sort of look onto, and you don't sort of hear any sort of sounds, and you don't sort of see any signs of. The only sort of signs of activity seem to be, like I say, sort of a small stack of smoke rising from an extinguished bonfire.
Maybe we
So-
should turn back.
Sure, cool.
I don't see anything wrong here.
So, what is the party doing?
Well, let's just go to the camp.
It's a trap.
You're a trap.
How did you know?
Stuck into your bedroom while I was sleeping.
I asked Rogue, like, do you want to scout ahead a bit, or you want to go in the group?
Yeah, I'll scout ahead. There seems to be a rock formation ahead.
Okay. Okay. So first, I'd like a stealth skill check from yourself, please, Z, followed by a perception.
12 stealth.
Okay.
Oh, natural 20. 24
Very
perception.
nice. Okay, so you make your way sort of through. You sort of gaze around the landscape to see what you can. The campment itself has been trashed and quite recent by that. The tents have various sort of holes and tears that have been strewn through the material. The car is somewhat being dilapidated and ran. And you see a number of what look to be grisly totems of various body parts that have been sort of skewered and stuck into the ground, almost sort of serving as a blood sort of litters the ground around you. Bless you, Jesus.
Thanks.
Bless you.
and amongst the ground you can see what look to be a couple of corpses of horses.
Humanoid?
Sorry?
Are they humanoid?
What, the totems or the corpses?
The corpses.
The corpses of horses.
Oh, okay.
The totems, however, do seem to have humanoid body parts skewered onto them. Rough.
Are there tracks leading away, or?
Good point. I would say you're probably gonna have to get closer to see if there's any.
Go into the encampment.
Okay. So, you make your way inside. Can I get another stealth check, please? Okay. So, you make your way into the encampment and you have a little look around. You can definitely see that there is a set of tracks and they head off westwards, so to your left. You can tell that there were a good half a dozen or so large humanoid-esque creatures, probably slightly larger than your standard human.
Race, possibly?
I'll say make a survival check, please.
Will he be helped? Will he be helped by having seen my steps in the snow?
12.
Potentially. You sort of look around and you definitely think that these tracks are very similar to you.
I call over to you. Come here.
I
Whoop.
jog over, basically. No stealthy.
I tell him to plant his foot down next to one of the tracks, see if they're...
Oh,
Okay.
I do that.
Plant your foot down, and yeah, they're very much similar to one another. Similar shape, form, and...
Yes.
As you're sort of examining these tracks, Zed, you hear rustling behind you. Probably around here, in the trees.
Okay.
Let's examine.
I prepare for combat and take the dodge action.
Okay. How about everyone else?
I'm curious.
Okay. What did you decide to do?
Anybody hiding there? Is anybody hiding in there? Come out, we won't hurt you.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Because I'm an orc, what? Really?
Yeah.
That's racist. And another. So that's 10.
Okay. You sort of see the underbrush visibly moving and then you hear, as you sort of get closer and you mutter those words for them to come out, you hear a high-pitched voice, young, probably only say 8 or 9. It's speaking in the common tongue, say, "Please don't hurt me."
I use my most human common tongue that I can muster, and I say, "Of course, child, we're here to protect you. You can come out safely."
emerging from the underbrush, a small child, human, probably mercantile in terms of sort of based on his what he's wearing and what robes and whatnot. But yeah, no more than 8 or 9, and seemingly by himself.
I stow away my weapons in my on my back, and I get down to my knee, and I said, "What happened here, child?
You.
Please tell us. We're here to help."
There were many of. They came out of nowhere and attacked you in the dead of night. They looked just like yourself.
The attackers?
Yeah.
Oh,
So my parents told me to run and hide, so I went into the woodlands and waited to see how things played out. But it didn't go well, and I said I was going to wait here. I didn't know what to do.
you're very good to listen to your parents. All right. Guys, what do you think we should do with this?
Well, you can come along with us.
No?
No?
Wait, how far away from town are we?
You're about a day and a half.
Hmm.
I mean, we can't leave him here. It's better if he comes with us.
At this point, he begins sort of crying, and his words are almost incomprehensible. He sort of says, I don't know what to do. Should I stay here? Where do I go?
Well, I sort of tell him to man up. I'm doing just act tough, act. So like I'm just telling him just man up, stop crying, and
Okay.
If he wants, he can follow us, and we can. Well, I mean, I'm actually not sure what we can do. Do we know where the orcs went? Are his
So you
parents
have
alive?
you sort of examine the landscape. You can definitely tell there was a large brawl where you're currently standing. All kinds of chaos. But it does seem that once the battle was over, the tracks began heading west in this direction.
Okay, but are there like corpses on the floor of his parents?
So the only ones that you find are 2 dead horses on the ground, and you find a couple of totems that have been skewered to the ground with the odd sort of leg, arm. You see a humanoid face that's been sort of stapled to one. But other than that, no. There's a lot of blood on the ground, but you don't see any.
So I asked the child, like, do you know what happened with your parents? Like, were they taken away, or?
A few of them fell, but the majority were rounded up into cages and carried on.
I think we need to go find them.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
Yes, but what should we do with the child? We can take it? I mean, I don't think we can manage here on a child.
I asked the child, like, cause how old is the child?
9.
8 or 9.
8 or 9, okay. So, do you know the area around here? Like, do you know the way to the closest town?
I mean, we've been through this way a few times before, but I don't know.
Alright.
Alright, you come with us then.
Yeah, it's better if he comes with us. I mean, what he could do is that if stuff breaks out, he could just stay far back.
Can carry your bag.
What's your name, boy?
Okay. He looks to you all and he says, "Random name generator, go!" The name's Henry.
Of course it is.
Alright, Henry. You can come with us, but please try and stay out of the way, because we can't manage to try and keep you safe at the same time as trying to save your parents. So if you see anything, just try and hide, okay?
I'm really good at hide and seek.
That is good, boy.
as this conversation is going down, you begin to hear faint rumblings in the ground, almost like footsteps of something rather large coming.
Everyone take positions.
I say in Elvish, this human's going to be the.
Probably, I say back in Elvish.
Can the kid go and hide in the tent?
He sort of looks around, and after a while, he sort of feels the ground and says, "Do you feel that? I wonder if they're coming back." He begins racing off into the underbrush.
I climb a tree.
And he's gone.
He hung himself.
Problem solved.
Z and VMAC, as you sort of so Z, you're climbing up a tree. You say?
Yes, this one.
Okay, you sort of look on and sort of scour the landscape, and VMAC can also see there is a large ogre coming from this direction.
Oompa loompa dabba-dee-dee.
Do I know it's an ogre?
Good question. Make a nature check.
Look at that belly.
He could smell the blood, probably.
18.
Yeah, you definitely get the impression that you're aware of what an ogre is. Standing 10 feet tall and wielding what looks to be a great club, they're pretty easy to recognize with their singular head compared to, say, like Nexin or something like that.
Okay, I say ogre coming in Elvish.
I can smell it from here.
It sort of looks on too and lets out a...
I take the dodge action.
Okay. In that case, I would like everyone to roll for initiative, please.
Are we on level 3 character sheets or?
Yes.
What? I crit on my... Oh, stupid game.
But that means you get to go in first.
Yeah, but I
Dex.
could use the crit in better places.
Anyone get 20 or above?
Yeah,
Yeah,
21.
21. No, I'm first.
Oh, shit. 15 or above?
Yes.
I actually forgot what I rolled.
But it says in the... You
Oh,
rolled
yeah, I got
14
I
plus
got-
your...
I got 15.
Hmm.
And Mela?
Yes.
What did you get?
Right. I wanted to check my initiative and it was -1 and I know that's wrong. I think it's +2, so then it's actually 20.
Okay.
Because I read in my other cheat.
And Z, what did you get?
10.
Rip.
Disappointed.
It's alright, so I've got the dodge action.
Yeah. So, Benjamin and you.
Yeah, I'll take...
You go first.
I'll take point. I'm gonna run. And I'm gonna outflank him.
Okay.
So I take it by this point the child has been hiding in one of the tents.
The child is hiding in the sort of the underbrush of the woodland.
Alright.
Okay. So I presume you're sprinting. You.
Yes.
Can I get a stealth check from yourself, please?
sprinting stealthily.
I mean, this is nice from you. He's diverting the ogre away from the camp, away from us.
Giving a stab to his
15.
feet.
Okay. As you make your way around the side to sort of flank with the ogre, it definitely seems that the ogre is just completely fixated on the encampment side of things and just doesn't see there.
Cool.
And Benjamin, what would you like to do?
Well, I'll tell the ogre to come here and no further.
Fair
And I'll
enough.
take the dodge action.
Okay. Mela,
Yes,
it's your turn.
I need to know what to do. I might want to try one of my new spells.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. Spike Growth.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
The ground in a 20-foot radius is centered on a point within range. Twists and sprouts hard spikes and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain for the duration, which is concentration 10 minutes.
Mhm.
When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. The transformation of ground is camouflaged to look natural. Any creature that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast must make a wisdom perception check against your spell to save DC to recognize the terrain as hazardous before entering it. So, can I cast it?
Yeah, you can cast it if you want. He's going to know it's there because it's going to conjure around him, but it will work. What would you like to do?
It's a
So,
20-foot radius. So,
yes.
but I don't understand if I cast it so he's already standing in it, will he take damage as soon as he moves?
No. If he moves, then yes. But he won't take immediate damage when you cast it.
No. Yeah, it says when he moves, but I mean, even if he sees it, he will take damage.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
As long as I put. So I want to put it so that he's just at the edge, so it's 20-foot radius, and I want it so that he is at one edge and we have a lot of space on the other side, you know?
Okay, so I'm guessing about here.
20-foot radius, I guess that's a circle.
Yeah, it will be. The problem you're going to find is you may get Benjamin at the...
Okay, well, okay, if it hits Benjamin, move it back a little.
Okay, so draw on where you would like it to be.
Oh.
Oof.
So it is a 8 square radius that you want.
Is 28 squares.
So an 8 square radius. No, diameter, sorry. 4 square radius.
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. 1, 2, 3.
Fuck is that
Maybe
drawing?
like this, I guess.
Okay?
My green thingy. Can I draw?
Yeah, help yourself.
All these fucking circles.
Why are so many people drawing circles? It's confusing me. Is this right?
Yeah, looks about right.
Fuck
1,
this
2,
area in
3,
particular.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 7. Is it 8 on the diagonal line as well? Or
Yeah.
is it 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8? It feels like it's so hard to see shit with the trees.
Yeah. It's alright. It's about right, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So So you sort of see the undergrowth begin twist and turning into these giant blackened. The ogre just sort of looks around and then looks towards your general direction, sort of yells out at you.
Oops.
Would you like to move anywhere at all? I will say you're probably going to have to move around here to have line of sight to cast it.
Right. Yeah, sure. Oops. I move a bit away as well.
Okay, makes sense.
So
So
they don't
VMAC.
see me.
Yes. Well, my options are a little bit limited because of giant spikes.
Yeah.
So I am. So since Quincy took dodge action, I'm just gonna stand like here.
Okay.
And I roar menacing at the ogre.
Fair enough.
As
So,
as intimidation. So I'm actually gonna roll it.
fair dude.
That's not that good.
You sort of yell at the ogre in a high-pitched squeak, and he just sort of turns back to you and yells. So you see bits of phlegm fly out of his mouth, and sort of your hair fly back. Okay, ogre. The ogre sort of looks around at these spikes, and you definitely get the impression that he's not liking being where he is. But what he's going to do is he sort of grabs into the ground. You see him pick up a large boulder, and he's going to throw it at over here. So I would like Benjamin and VMAC for you to both make dex saving throws, please.
So I have an ability called Danger Sense.
Yep.
I'll read it out loud. At second level, you gain uncanny sense of when things by aren't as they should be, giving you an edge when you dodge away from danger. You gain advantage on dexterity saving throw against effects you can see, such as trap spells. And yeah, that.
Yeah, you can use it.
I've got
Great.
a 16.
16, okay. You're fine, Quincy.
Plus
He's dead.
11.
Okay. So Benjamin, you see the boulder coming and you duck out of the way in time just to see it go hurling into VMAC's face.
Ah,
VMAC, you take... Ooh, ow.
1 million.
You take 14 bludgeoning damage.
Ow!
okay. So then I can also use Stone's Endurance on that.
Yeah.
So I roll a d12 and I can minus that. So I
gone.
take 7 damage.
Okay.
7 damage.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, 7 damage.
Constitution.
At which
Plus-
point... Oh, sorry.
Plus
yeah, it's
Constitution.
Oh yeah, plus cons 10. So I take 4 damage. Ooh.
Okay, nice. The ogre sort of looks around and he's going to move out. So it is going to be 5, 10. So it's 10 feet of spike growth distance. So would you like to roll damage, Denios?
Yes. Let's see. So it's 10 distance and it as it
Yeah,
moves
10
up,
feet of spike growth distance.
Was the ogre is smart.
I mean, it's not dumb.
Hehe. Okay. Which one is D4? Is it this one?
It's the pyramid-shaped one.
Okay. This one, right?
Yeah, that looks to be right.
Okay. And then it's 2d4 per 5 feet. So let's roll 4.
So 4d4.
And it's piercing, if that matters.
No, not particularly.
10 damage.
Nice. Okay, as it sort of steps on through, you can begin to see like bits of flesh get shredded through the spike growth, and the ogre sort of winces in pain as he sort of makes his way out of the spike growth, only to be greeted by you standing there defiantly. That's his turn. So after Ogre is Z.
Ah! I'm going to.
Go into the spikes. No.
I'm going to avoid the spikes. Come round behind you.
Okay.
Using feline agility to just about reach behind.
Okay.
There.
Okay.
And I'm going to use the help action on you.
Nice. Benjamin, are you?
You?
Benjamin, you? Who? What?
You?
It's you and Benjamin.
Well, I guess
the same
Jimmy's
time?
not. I guess Jimmy's not here.
I'm
No.
here.
Stirring the pot.
Ah,
For some reason the stove had shut off. I don't know.
that old chestnut.
You have the help action on you.
I do.
You has.
Can has cheeseburger.
Please.
No. Can has French onions.
Yes. Is it my turn?
It is.
Cool. I will attack. So, wait, help with attack?
Yep.
Oh, that's very neat. Wait, I just need to.
Alright, take your time.
Orc pub is being stupid.
Oh shit.
That's why you can't trust programs.
There we go. So I'm going to hit him. I was hoping to outflank him, but I mean, the help action is good too. Okay,
What did you get?
15.
That's a hit.
And then I roll for damage. I have 1d8 plus 5 plus 1d4. Because I went with the brute for my
Oh yeah.
thingy, majig. So that's 5, that's 10, that's 13. Wait, what did I say? 5 plus 13. Yeah, 13 damage.
13, nice. Big hit. Anything else?
I brace myself.
Okay. Prepare your anus. Benjamin?
Okay. That cool moment. Thinking I would be Hodor and holding the line, but alright. Nah, it's too long of a walk. I'm just gonna pull out my bow and start shooting.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I also amp up the bow.
Oh yeah.
Do some more damage.
Amp it up. That is most definitely a hit.
Yep, 24 probably is a hit.
Yeah.
These two. So, plus 3, 7 damage?
Nice.
That's it.
Okay. Mela.
Yep. First of all, I want to ask you guys, should I mean, I guess since it's a concentration spell, I could remove it if you guys want to run up to the ogre.
I think that would be a good idea, or otherwise I
Yes.
have to walk all the way around.
Yeah.
And the ogre currently has no longer reason to walk in that path because there's a target in front of him.
Okay. Because
You
then
stop
I
concentrating, and you see the sort of the spike growth just wither away and die.
I stand here
Okay.
and I want to do the flame thingy shitty.
What?
Cantrips produce flame.
Okay. Yep.
Let's see. I think so. Wait. I might need to walk a little further. I was over there.
You should have enough movement to do so.
How? 5, 50.
Nice.
Yes. There.
Okay.
That's like 5. Yeah, that's enough. That's less than 30.
Okay.
Looks like.
Yep.
Okay. Mm. Then we have ranged spell attack.
What'd you get total?
Spell attack mod 5.
You rush
So
on
then I
up
have-
and try to produce your flame, but the ogre sees you, moves out of the way, and it just sort of hits one of the nearby trees.
And it starts to burn.
It's pretty cold, so the flame seems to extinguish quite quickly. VMAC.
Yes. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, double moving. I like it. Ogre. So Ogre has a juicy target in front of him, so you prepare your anus, and you see as this great cub comes lurching towards you.
Arr.
2 attacks, but he's only going to use... Is he going to use 2 attacks on you? No, I'm going to say he's not. He's going to use 1 attack against yourself to start off, which is a 24 against AC.
Yeah, that hits.
Dice. Okay, there we go. So, it swings and deals... not too bad. 14 bludgeoning damage.
Not too bad.
At which point he sees VMAC come running up behind. He's going to turn around and do the other swing against you, VMAC. Getting a 21 against AC.
That's a hit.
Hitting you for 15 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, come on.
Z.
I am going to. Yep. Attack!
Okay.
Wow, that's horrible. 8.
You move on up, but he just sort of brushes you aside as you try to get an attack in.
Ah! I will. Flurry of blows bonus action.
Okay. I'll say you're flanking with VMAC. So actually, do you want to roll advantage on that previous attack?
Okay, I'll use that one as advantage then.
Cool, that's fine. That's a hit.
So. Ooh, 6. 9
Nice.
bludgeoning damage.
Okay, you're starting to get quite a few hits in. Ogre's not looking that great.
Nice. I am still going to flurry of blows.
Okay.
First attack. is full.
That's a hit. Okay.
Oops. 12.
12 is still a hit.
Seven piercing damage.
Okay, nice.
And I get to a drunken technique.
Okay.
Whenever I use Flurry of Blows, I automatically gain disengage action.
Nice.
And my walking speed increases by 10 feet.
Of course it does.
So I am going to just, like, drunkenly stumble backwards.
You make your way in, get a few flurry of blows going. You take a quick sip of your ale, and you scurry on out there without any coming your way. Benjamin and you.
You.
Okay. I will attack again, because that's what I'm good for.
Okay. You definitely feel yourself a bit bruised and maybe a few bones broken, but you're hanging on in there.
I try. That's a 22.
That's a hit.
Have you guys seen the tiny cow that hangs at the back of the ogre?
Cow?
So
yeah, I
that's,
see it.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
I
Yeah,
think the
14.
ogre is meant to be even bigger. Maybe.
Nice.
Or cows here are really small, like cats.
Maybe it's a calf.
Maybe. It just looks like an adult cow in the
Yeah.
like design.
Yeah, it's an adult cow.
So what you're saying is they were free food afterwards?
Yeah.
I like the way they modelled the udders on the cow as well.
I mean, priorities, man. You know, you got to get those details in. Right. So, Benjamin.
All right. Move up and shoot the guy.
Okay.
Seven, 18.
Yeah, that's a hit.
14 damage.
Nice. It is very much bloody. Large open wound. And Ogre's not looking to. Mela, if you are done, Benjamin.
Is he done? My turn?
I presume.
I do the L fire thing again.
Okay.
See if he goes better. That's 14.
That is a hit.
Six damage.
Okay. And staying where you are.
Yes.
VMAC.
Yeah, I'm gonna rage,
Nice.
and I'm gonna attack him.
Okay.
Really? So that's a 9.
That's a miss, unfortunately. Hey,
Well,
happens
that
to
was
us
my
all.
turn.
Right. Oh. Same again, I think. One attack for each of you. Starting off with you. Getting a critical fail. Then
Aw.
turning around to try and strike at VMAC behind. Only a 15 against AC.
That is a hit.
Okay.
However, as I leveled up, I took the bear spiritual tome thingy.
Okay. Good
So
to
when
know.
I rage, I take half damage.
Yep. Right. In that case, so that is 14 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so that's 7.
At which point it's gonna slightly move. Okay, Z.
I am going to run back in
Okay.
and
Sort of dodge through the carnage that's being unleashed.
14.
That's a hit.
Ooh, 6 again. 9 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And just a single. Seven slashing damage.
Okay. How would you like to do this?
Oh! I am going to rip that giant mask thing off of his face.
Okay.
Hang on to the bottom of his jaw and yank it down.
Okay, so as you get your flurry of blows in, you sort of you use the momentum of your attacks and ride up one of his legs, grabbing hold of his head and sort of rip off the mask as it stands. He sort of stammers back, and with one final blow, he goes down. You're doing a little mid-air somersault and landing on the ground, almost expecting an applause.
What? Nothing?
Okay, so with that, the ogre goes down. You see Henry sort of make his way out of the shrubbery and undergrowth, and he sort of looks on and says, "Wow, you guys really are heroes."
Wouldn't go that far.
I mean, you took down the big scary whatever that thing.
Grr.
That's an ogre, boy.
So where are we planning on going next?
Adventure, Charlie. Henry.
Well, we're gonna try and find your parents. I
I mean,
guess.
he sort of looks
And
up to you with a look of admiration that you're actually helping him.
This makes me happy because people don't really look onto a half-beast humanoid thing as with admiration.
Give it
usually
time.
People usually look at me with disgust because I have some weird tails and ears.
You're furry. Because you're furry.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I guess we follow the tracks.
Okay. So you head on off, following the tracks to the best of your ability. You make your way through the various sort of swaths of woodland and whatnot as you sort of meander around the terrain. VMAC, I presume you are leading the way once again.
Yes.
Okay. Could I get a
Are we
survival check?
Are we doing a short rest as well?
I mean, that's on for you guys to decide.
Well, I got 9 HP.
Yeah, maybe.
You're perfectly combat ready.
Do you
Just
want me
rage some
to
more.
expand a spell slot and heal you up a little?
Could do.
But then, because I only get my spells after long rests,
Hmm.
so then we don't short rest.
Just use hit dice from now.
Yeah,
Or
save
what?
the
Yeah,
spell
but
in for a critical
if
situation.
I do need a short rest though to use the hit dice.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I could heal you and then we don't do a short rest, but I only get my spells after a long rest.
Well,
Actually, maybe it's better to short rest.
Do you want to use the spell or not?
Short rest. Short rest.
Do a
Yes.
short rest because then I get my key points back as well.
It might be better to save my spell slots for a real fight.
Yeah,
Okay.
if somebody goes down, it'll be more helpful.
Alright. We're doing a short rest then?
You sort of reconvene at the remnants of the camp, and you sort of catch your breath for a small amount. Timmy sort of grabs whatever remains, but it looks like the majority of the useful items were taken in the attack. You rest on up for a sort of 10-15 minute period. You spend any hit die that you and then you prepare for the journey ahead.
So in the short rest, I want to ask Henry what his parents were doing here. Like they were merchants.
We were part of a caravan heading to Edgeport. Yeah,
All right. So what
we make
happened
the
in
journey
town
quite
then?
often.
Like they were merchants, right? So they were selling stuff. What stuff were they selling?
Oh, mostly carpets. We also have some cloths and things of that. My mother was a pretty good tailor. My father, he handled more of the business side of things. But we had, there were quite a few of us in the caravan. We had 3 cars, and I think I counted a good 10 or 11 of us. So, you finish your short rest. You feel rejuvenated, and you put the worst of your wares behind, ready to face whatever is on the horizon. So, shall we have a quick drink break?
Yeah, sure.
I'm a little
Yeah.
bit parched and need a cup of tea.
Ice cream time.
Ooh,
Oh, we have ice cream, Linda.
yes.
I want ice now.
I have Belgian bun.
Mine.
Be
I
right
actually
back.
got
Belgian bum.
absolutely
Belgian
nothing
bums.
because I gotta get some grocery shopping after D&D. Life's harsh.
Get it delivered.
I could.
Alright, be right back.
No.
Cluster is behind me.
Okay. Quincy, you back?
No.
Get that granddad!
He's grabbing ice cream.
Maybe you turn to a ghost again. Yesterday.
Spooky ghost.
I burnt my face off on hot soup.
Oh shit. That's very depressing. Of all the ways to burn your face off, hot soup.
How hot
Yep.
is hot soup?
About a 9.
Yeah, it's a 1d10 fire damage.
Oh shit.
Could be worse.
Could be a D12.
Yeah. With advantage.
Oh shit.
Bear that Quincy up.
Mm-hmm. So, VMAC, you sort of scour the terrain before you and pick up on the trail of the leading on westwards. Can I get a survival check from yourself then, please?
There we go.
Gonna get lost again.
Oh shit.
16.
So, you sort of pick up where you left off and make your way on. The tracks seem relatively easy to find, all things considered. It doesn't seem like they've done a particularly good or even cared to sort of mask where they've been going. With that, you're able to sort of pick up their trail quite easily. It seems like there was about half a dozen of them and a heavy wagon in tow. So, after a while, you sort of gaze and you see before you what looks to be a distinctive sort of column of smoke heading up into the sky. And it seems to be that whatever encampment that they've got set up is buried under quite a thick forestry around it. You begin making your way on through. That's where we'll get a map change.
Oh shit.
Okay. So, you make your way on through, and you can sort of hear in the distance what sounds to be like sort of cheering roars and celebrations. You can hear what sounds to be the intermittent sort of scream of someone as they sort of thrown into a cave. And it sort of seems like there's quite a bit of not commotion, but camaraderie sort of coming to the camp itself. So, a few. Okay, so sort of see the roar of the fire from quite some distance away, which leads you to the encampment without too much of trouble. As you get on nearer, you sort of see a lot of their numbers.
Wonder who the leader is.
I know, right? Okay. So, what would you like to do?
What was that?
I look at you and say, what's the best way to approach this?
You asking the barbarian best way to approach this is.
No, not you, you.
He asked me.
Yes, you.
Can we see a way to maybe free the people who are trapped without getting into a fight?
Okay, so if you're looking to sort of investigate a bit more, at this point you're still quite some distance away. You sort of see the bonfire of the main encampment, and you can sort of hear various sort of voices, speaking with one another in Orcish. Okay. So you sort of listen on in. Obviously, I imagine you can speak Orcish. What about you? Anyone else speak Orcish?
No.
Nope.
And you hear a bunch of sort of guttural, deep voice, which almost sounds like yelling at one another. But
Each other.
So what are they saying?
Okay. So from this distance, you're able to sort of pick out odd words here and there. It very much seems like they're having a celebration. A few of them are sort of taking a few of the slaves that they've now picked up, and they're hurling them into a series of cages over here. The rest of them seem to be sort of celebrating. They've sort of got various supplies that they sort of ransacked from nearby merchants, and you see sort of legs of meat being thrown onto the fire. You see what looks to be concoctions of drink being prepared by a few of them. A few of them are sort of brandishing their weapons and crying to Ogrimesh's valor.
Wow.
So
Well,
maybe
they
we
haven't
should wait.
mastered their inner beast, I can tell.
Or if you tells us what's happening.
Of course, I relay everything they say.
Okay,
Silent.
so you're keeping a watch from some distance. You're sort of laying low, trying to blend in. It's quite misty at this point, so it does give you a bit of obscurity. You sort of peer on through and just keep an eye at what they're doing for the time.
I mean, assuming that they're gonna be drinking, if we look forward a bit later in the night, I guess they will maybe pass out. It might be easier to, sneak in and free the slaves and
Makes sense.
yeah.
Okay. So you keep watching for some time, just sort of seeing how the celebrations go and whatnot. You begin to see what look to be a couple of rams that have been tied up on the. One of the orcs sort of brings one of the rams over that has been tied to a stake, brings him towards the fire, and you see an axe just decapitate the ram. The body is then thrown, skewered, and then passed onto the fire itself for tonight's feast. Into the rest of the. At this time, it's getting dark. You're probably looking about sort of 6, 7 in the evening, so it's just at sort of the cusp of the last light.
Huh. Seems they forgot to bring their chef.
Yeah.
Because that's not going to be done by tonight.
Mm-hmm. So you see what looks to be one of the guards just sort of keeping watch on the slaves and whatnot, while the rest of them sort of tend to the. A few of them get stuck into what looks to be various sort of foodstuffs and whatnot, and a few sort of pots and pans get brought almost in sort of a feed. So, what are you guys doing?
Waiting for them to fall
We're
asleep
waiting.
and pass out.
Okay. So you're just going to see how things play out.
I mean, if we go in there, guns blazing, we're going to be wiped.
Okay. Fair enough. So, the evening goes on. You see sort of drinks are had, food is brought out and devoured handsomely. A few of them begin sort of as the evening goes on and the fire begins to die. You see a few of them sort of turn in for the evening. And all that is left seems to be sort of a rudimentary sort of patrol of kind. You see 3 individuals just sort of gathered around the remnants of the fire while they repair into their tents.
So there's 7 tents.
There are indeed.
And you said there were 3 guards still staying around
Yeah,
outside.
so it seems like 2 of them are just sort of camped around the fire, using it for some warmth. The other one sort of seems to be taking a wide patrol around the exterior of the tents.
What did we see? What tent the leader went into?
Yeah, the leader went into this one over here. So I may as well.
Rest in peace.
Maybe we should set fire to that tent so he could burn alive inside.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
How
That took
difficult
a
is it
dark
to
turn.
escape? Wouldn't be that difficult to escape from tent.
After a while, one of the other orcs that is guarding the fire, guarding by the fire, also turned in for the night.
So this guy is taking a walk around the perimeter.
Yeah, while this one is just sort of keeping warm next to the fire, keeping to the best of his ability.
Okay, when this one's kind of like gone round out there, I want to try and sneak into where the prisoners are.
Okay.
First, can I transform into a ram?
If you would like to, yeah, sure.
I'm thinking if I walk around as a ram, maybe they will. I can create a distraction as a ram for the guards that are still patrolling.
I mean, you're probably going to end up in the fireplace if you did that. But who am I to judge?
Yeah. Okay, where is my ram?
There you go.
Thank you.
Ram you.
Okay. I just walk around like a stupid ram.
Okay.
All I see is the old, like, Looney Tunes, you dressing up as a sexy ram to lure other rams away.
What?
That's what Bugs Bunny would do.
Yeah.
So, as you stumble your way into the main encampment, the orc by the fire just sort of draws out his great axe and sort of looks onto your direction. At first, he was like kind of tense, seeing what was moving in the distance. But as this ram just sort of skirts out into the middle of the area, you can see a sigh of relief as and almost like a chuckle on the orc.
I eat some grass.
He sort of moves on over to you and says, well, you're a meaty one, aren't you? in Orcish.
Unzips his pants.
I continue eating grass.
He grabs a hold of one of your antlers and moves you on over to where the other ram is.
I am startled. I
Do you
struggle
try and
a
resist?
little. A little, like, I don't know, animal-like,
Okay.
maybe. But he can pull me, but it's like I'm going slowly.
Okay. So he sort of wrestles you on over to where the other ram currently is. He sort of ties a rope around your neck and it ties a knot into a nearby stake where the other ram.
I'm going to be sneaking.
Okay. Make a stealth check, please, Z.
Thank you, Charlie.
I'm gonna stand here just in case something happens.
I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Right, there you go. 14.
Okay. It seems as though Mella's activities have drawn the two guards' perception and their attention, and they don't really notice as you sort of make your way through the thick forestry nearby.
And is there any way of opening them from the back, or is it only?
Okay, so you make your way through, and the cages are fairly rudimentary. They're wooden, but nevertheless they're quite durable. There's a door, but it is on the front.
Go around to one of the fronts.
Okay.
If the prisoners can see me, I'll put my finger up.
So
to
you
it.
make your way in, and it seems that each cage has about 5 individuals in. It's quite cramped, and it's pretty appalling conditions. It's quite fetid. You can definitely tell a few of them have been wounded and not given much in the way of medical attention. A few of them sort of look on up and are sort of taking a gasp as they but nevertheless, they don't make any noise. They just sort of observe what you're doing. And a few of them sort of pass onto a couple of the other individuals, trying to wake them.
I also, when I'm tied up, I want to do things like stomp a little in the ground or dig in the ground and make a little bit of noise. Maybe
Okay.
let out a bah sometime.
Okay.
Not too.
So as the orc sort of goes back to his post and you begin making a fair bit of commotion and whatnot, he turns around and says in a hushed tone, "Quiet you, or you'll be on the bob."
I mean, I don't want to make too much noise, but just not to annoy him too much. So
It looks like he's fairly agitated already.
I eat some grass.
He looks at you and he says, "Yeah, I thought so." And with that, just goes Bond back to the fire.
Attempt to open the door.
Okay. So you have a little look on over what they've got here. There's no locking mechanism per se, but there is like a series of knots that have been tied just to sort of keep the thing closed and whatnot. I would say you can either try and force this open, which would be strength-based, or you can use maybe a sleight of hand check to sort of undo what knots are keeping the door together.
Maybe a knife?
Or a knife, yeah, if you've got a cutting utensil or anything like that.
I have a dagger, and I got my
That would
slashy
work.
hands.
That would work.
I'll try my claws first.
Okay. So you begin sort of carefully and slowly just sort of breaking apart what you... I'm going to say make a sleight of hand check to see how quiet you do this.
+3, so 15.
Yeah, you're pretty quiet and subtle at sort of picking apart the ropes and whatnot without making too much of a distraction. And after, say, a good minute or two, you're able to make a small hole where individuals could sort of clamber out one by one if you wanted.
How far around is...
Okay. So after seeing the commotion with the ram or whatnot, he sort of moves on off and begins moving around this side. He gets to about here before he starts sort of rummaging through quietly a few of the boxes. You can see him grab hold of what look to be a few smoked meats, and he just begins devouring a couple of slices before moving on once again.
I'll usher through, say, the healthy ones first.
Okay. So you see a four or so individuals that look to be in fairly good stead in this cage. They being again clambering on out. Right. Let's see. Stealth check for each of them.
Where it all falls apart.
Hey, surprisingly, they all do fairly well. They sort of clamber out from the cage without making too much noise. And the four of them proceed to sort of make their way out of the encampment. They begin heading through the forest growth and move on out without drawing any attention. The Orcs seemingly unaware of what's going on. You have one other individual left inside this cage, but he's going to need to be carried. And then you also have all five of them now awake in this cage, just sort of watching what's going on, awaiting their...
So the one that still needs to be carried, I tell him to wait, and we'll come back for him.
Don't leave me!
We won't. Just be quiet, be patient. And I move over to this one and try and undo the rope thing. And
Okay. Can I get another sleight of hand check then, please?
No, don't do it.
6.
Okay. You begin making your way through, cutting out various bits of rope and what. At one point, you cut one of the rope, and without realizing, the door begins to sort of just buckle and collapse in on itself.
Oh,
And you hear all manner of wooden logs just scuttle against one another, hitting onto the ground. At which point, you hear a sort of what behind you as the orc turns around.
try and hide.
Okay, where are you hiding?
Just like go flat on the ground.
You just face plant into the ground, seeing you go find it. He's like muddy puddle to cover yourself. Make a stealth check.
That's pretty good.
20.
Okay.
21.
So, you find like the nearest muddy puddle and just throw yourself into it, which manages to cover a lot of sort of your fur and whatnot. And the rest is sort of like your robes and whatnot are so muddy it just blends with it. Nevertheless, the orc comes on over and sees the cage in the state. A few of the prisoners sort of are halfway from getting out of the cage and just sort of look and lock eyes with the orc, who then turns to the other cage, seeing it pretty much empty. And you can just see him shout, "The prisoners, they're escaping!"
Fuck.
Can I break free from the rope?
Make an athletics check, please.
Oh, athletics. Strength. What is the strength of the goat? I searched for ram and I found giant goat. If that's correct.
Yeah, that'll be about right.
Okay.
So they're standing like all the way north. We hear the shouting.
Yes, you definitely hear a large orcish shouting going.
Alright.
17 plus 3, that's 20.
Okay. As the orc turns around and just bellows out to the encampment, you rear up and the stake just goes flying out of the ground. Start to see a couple of other orcs emerge from their tents. Okay, so who's doing what? Or are you just going to see how this plays out?
I'm gonna ask
Oh.
you, like, what did he say?
Okay, so can you understand Orcish?
You can.
Yeah, I say, well, they noticed the prisoners have escaped, but they haven't seen Z yet.
So what's the plan?
Okay, so
Well,
the orc sort of turns around and says, "To arms! To arms!"
Since, I think I can see stuff and I am here, so I think I understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Since they're shouting, from that direction. But as soon as I'm allowed to, I want to start to go in and fight them as a ram.
You're released, so you can do whatever you want.
Can I ram him?
If you'd like to.
Move in. Ooh.
I am gonna.
If I can. Well, my speed is 40 feet, and then I have charge.
Okay.
20 feet straight forward to a target. And I
Yes,
guess
you
I
have
can
enough
get-
space to do so, yeah.
So I want to ram him with my charge.
Okay. Take it away, Miller.
DC 13 strength saving throw. Let's see. Ram attack. And then it hits it with a ram attack on the same turn. Yes. So I guess I do that and then I do a normal melee attack.
Okay.
Or that's included in this charge, is my understanding. That's 16 plus
That is a
5
hit.
to hit. Plus 5 to hit, so it's 21 anyway. 2d4. Okay. What? 1 second. I'll send you this. I sent you in general. Just my understanding, it says if a goat moves it's 20 feet straight forward and then hits it with a ram attack on the same turn. Okay, the target takes an extra 5 2d4 bludgeoning damage. So
Yeah.
I run up, then I do the melee attack, which I hit. So I do the damage for the hit, which is 2d4 plus 3, and then
So
I
it
do
would
another
instead be 4d4 plus 3, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 3, 12
Nice.
damage.
Okay, the orc is sent flying and just dives onto the ground.
Did it do the DC 13?
Yeah, it failed. So landing onto the ground prone. Z, you sort of just see the orc go flying onto the ground with the ram next to you.
Then, if that's the case, I'm going to jump up and I'm going to try and rip the door off of the cage.
Okay.
Put it as hard as I can to try and.
Hey, make an athletics check, please.
At 10.
Okay, you pull on the door. You begin to hear it sort of buckle and twist, and you're just able to pull it off. It seems as though the work you did earlier was enough to sort of help you out here, but the door is now off fully.
I tell the prisoners to run.
Okay, I think from there we're gonna roll for combat, roll for initiative.
It was all going so fine.
No plan lasts forever.
I think I did a good job as a ram.
That you did.
I'm just glad I didn't end up on the barbecue.
By
There's
the way,
still time.
Prime,
Yeah, what's up?
the prisoners are back here, right?
So, the initial 4 are, yes, but there's a few other in the cages. So you got 1 in here, and you got 1, 2.
Alright, so basically we can tell Henry to, like, talk to see if
Yeah.
the parents are in there.
They should-
Happy.
They should go back to town and alert the town guard. Give them the position of the orcs.
There you
In
go.
case we die.
I'm sure that won't happen. So,
Primer. Did you know that some of the trees are free to move around?
I didn't.
The trees are
I'll put it
alive.
back.
Stop messing about with the trees, Linda.
I'm putting it back.
Innocent trees!
Did anyone get 20 or above?
20.
Nice. 15 or above?
16.
16 for you. What did you get, VMAC?
I got 6.
Oh, wait. I got 19.
Okay.
I got +1 dex.
Me too.
Alright, well,
That's fine. And Mela, what did you get?
11!
Hey, it still beat the orcs. Okay, so Z, you're up first.
I turn to Mela and say in Elvish, keep them busy. I'm gonna move here.
I say, nah.
Yeah.
Grab the injured one.
Okay, yeah.
Drop my cask of ale.
Oh shit.
What?
sacrifices were made.
And as best as possible, lift the injured human.
Okay. The individual looks to be sort of like mid-30s. Definitely has taken a couple of arrows to his legs. Can I get an athletics check? Just it'll be a fairly easy one though, just to sort of see how well you're able to carry. Yeah, you're able to sort of make your way through without any difficulty whatsoever.
Okay, so 5, 10. Use my right.
Yep.
Drop him about here.
Okay. So before the orcs even know what's going on, Z, you just sort of scurry on out of there, carrying the.
I tell the party that the orcs know we're here. Miller's still in there. I'm going to go try to save her as well. And I am going to dash back.
Okay. Benjamin. So you begin to hear all kinds of commotion breaking out in the main encampment.
I guess this is where the fun begins. Yeah, I'll shoot an arrow.
Okay.
This fella.
Okay.
$15?
That is a hit.
$13 damage.
Ooh, nice. Seems to bloody him almost in one hit.
Ah, yeah, son.
Okay. You.
That is me. I will do the same. Shoot the same guy with my crossbow.
Okay.
Hmm.
What'd you get?
I got 15.
15's a hit.
That's an 8. Oh, wait, I forgot this one. So 8 plus 4, so 12.
He goes down. Combination of arrows, and he just hits the floor dead. Okay, next up is VMAC.
You might want to move up a bit. But, yeah, I move forward.
Okay.
I rage.
Okay.
And I throw a javelin at this guy.
Fair enough.
So that is 15.
As a hit.
Range damage doesn't count on range, right?
No, unfortunately not.
Alright, so that is 6 damage.
Nice. Good start. Right. Up next is Mela.
Okay. Yeah. Since the guy I have next to me is prone, and that would give me advantage.
It
melee
certainly
attack.
does.
So I would prefer to attack him first.
Yeah.
My ramming skills. See. I'm just gonna see if I get the crit. Nope. And it's +5 to hit, so it's 22 is the max.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Yeah. See, let's roll 2d4, and then it's gonna be +3, 4, 5, 7 damage on the prone douchebag.
Okay. You just sort of hear his, as you stamp all over him, you just hear his skull crack in two.
Did he die? Yes!
He is down.
And I haven't even taken damage yet.
Oh, shit.
And I stand here defiantly and like rah, rah, rah. Yep.
Okay. So, with that, the orcs. You see what looks to be very much the ringleader of the group just let out a rallying cry. And you sort of look to each of the other orcs that just sort of begin to have a frenzied look in there. These two are going to run on over to the ram.
Ow.
Anyway, they're going to box you in. They're going to attack. And it seems as though, they've got this frenzied look. Swing down on a great axe. First roll being a 22 against a.
That's it.
Second roll being a 21 against AC. Sorry.
Okay.
Yay. So, dice 12. Okay. First attack lands with a crunch for 14 slashing.
Okay.
Second attack lands for 6 slashing damage.
Okay.
At which point these guys are all looking forward.
I will turn back into myself because that's my.
Okay, don't forget any damage spills over.
I get -1. I just need to find where I put my character.
No worries.
I put her on rogues
Yeah.
table.
By now.
Yep.
Okay. The one at the back just sort of smashes his hammer against his chest, and sort of almost like a rallying cry, and just sort of beckons for you all to come to him. The three at the front, however, are going to pull out javelins. Two of them are going to throw them at VMAC. One, this guy over here, will fire at Benjamin.
Try me, bitch.
Okay, so 2 against VMAC first. One's a crit, but the other one is only a 10 against AC.
Alright, the 10 misses.
Okay, crit hitting you for... it's not that bad. 8 piercing damage.
Alright, so that's 4.
Yeah.
So
And then 1 against Benjamin for a 16 against AC, which I presume is a miss.
Miss.
Okay. Right, so that's these 3 done, that's those 2 done. That guy's just going to ready in. How'd you know he did his action? It was the frenzy. Okay, so back up to Zed.
I am.
Yep.
I have flanking with.
You are flanking with melee, yeah.
I'm gonna smack him in the face. Uh, 19.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Seven bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then I am flurry of blows.
Okay. Yeah, it's a hit.
Seven slashing damage.
Nice. He's looking pretty fucked up. 14's a hit.
4 slashing damage.
Okay.
And I am going to disengage.
Okay.
Whoa.
Benjamin.
Let's see. No, just out of range. I'll shoot again.
Okay.
Same fella. See if I can end his life.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
Probably.
probably. Nope. That's 13 again.
13, that's still enough.
My crit did the same damage as my normal attack. How nice.
Oh, yeah. Still enough to do the job.
Move over a bit.
Okay. You.
I will shoot this guy.
Okay.
Oops. Yeah. Well.
That is most definitely a hit.
Yep. That's 13.
Nice, good solid hit. Staying where you are.
Yes, for now. Yeah.
VMAC.
I rush over to this guy
Okay.
and I recklessly attack him.
Okay.
And I might also scream and shout.
Nice.
It all out.
Who knows? So that is +5. That's a 23.
Yeah, that'll be a hit.
Oh. And that. Oh, that's disappointing. 7 damage.
Okay, you sort of whack him with the back end of your great axe. Still does a pretty good amount of damage. Okay, Mela.
Yes, seeing as I'm flanked, the best idea is go into a brown bear again.
Oh shit.
You thought that was me.
I don't
A
have
goat.
the.
Okay,
Okay.
no worries.
But that was brown bear all along.
Animals, and then Mr. Bear.
So I want to go for the one that's between me and Ro.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just
Right.
opening the online spell thingy.
It's okay.
I suck and don't remember shit. Okay, first bite. And it's advantage, I guess, since we're flanking the one that's
Mhm.
with me and Ro.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll it twice and hope that I hit
Rip.
something. It's +5, so the first one is 9. I think that's a
That's
miss.
a miss, unfortunately.
Okay, then I'll use the claws.
Okay.
Okay. 15.
That's a hit.
Oh, nice. 2d6 +4. 12 damage.
Okay, you start laying into the guy, but he's still holding back pretty strong. All good?
Yes.
Okay. So, let's see. Who does the chieftain help? Okay, he's coming over here.
Yeah, come at me, bro.
15, 20, 25. The conga line of flanking continues.
Do.
These two are also going to try and move around. Okay. So these two are going to attack onto VMAC. These two over here are going to attack onto UZ. And then finally this one at the rear is going to attack onto the bed. So we'll do VMAC first.
They have advantage.
Yeah. First one only gets 15 against AC though. Is that
That's a hit.
okay? So first one lands a blow for 12 slashing.
Alright.
Second one hits for only a 13 against AC.
The 13 misses.
Okay, that's those
And on
two done.
the 12 damage was it, right?
Yeah, the first one hit you for 12.
Okay, so I'm gonna do Stone's Endurance on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So that completely negates it.
Nice. Then 2 attacks onto yourself, Z. So the first regular, getting a 19 against AC.
Hits.
Ooh, ouch. Hitting you for 15 slashing damage.
Ow.
And then the chieftain. Getting a 22 against AC.
Yeah, that hits.
Also hitting you for 15 slashing damage.
1 second. Yeah, I'm down.
Rip. I rolled a 12 on the d12 twice. We got 1 attack. Getting a 20 against AC on you, Mel. Hitting you for 13 slashing damage.
Wow.
Z, death saving throw, please.
Oh, shit. Dead.
That's a success. Benjamin.
There we go. Maximizing performance.
This
Oh wait,
is
that's 2
what
dice.
peak performance looks like.
Oh, that's 2 dice. I forgot.
It's alright.
11 is 16.
That's a hit.
Lightning bleed. 13.
Okay, he goes down.
Every 13 you could ever imagine.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3. Stand here.
Good stuff. Right, you.
Yes. I will run.
Mhm.
I yell to the others, take care of this guy, I'm going to help the others. And then I use my aggressive bonus action.
Oh, yeah.
Run up to here.
Yep.
So I'm flanking this guy.
Okay, yep.
And I'm going to smash his head in with my axe.
Nice. Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
And that's... what is it? 12?
As he's standing there lording over sort of Z's body, you just sort of come in and in one fell swoop you just hear his skull from your attack and he goes down. VMAC.
I hit the guy.
Okay.
Wow.
Or do you?
I did not.
Okay, Mela.
But for min-maxing sake, I am gonna move here.
There's enough.
Okay. I can pass.
Yeah, it's on you.
Yep. The one behind me.
Yep.
I'll start by biting it.
Okay.
That's like 24.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Ah, ha, ha. 1d8 plus 4, 8 damage,
Nice.
and then I claw it.
Okay.
I don't claw it.
Rip. Okay. So the large sort of chieftain-looking fellow looks to you, and just says, "You should be joining us, brother."
He is stirring the pot.
In which case, he's gonna run up and just try and headbutt.
What a butthead.
And then swing his great axe. He's also going to do so recklessly.
How reckless.
A 21 against AC, reckless.
Jimmy. 21 mot AC.
I know the secret language.
Yeah.
Hi. I just had to take the thingy off the stuff.
No worries. So the war chief sort of says to you that you should be joining them and fighting with them. Nevertheless, he just sort of runs up, headbutts you, and tries to slash you with his great axe, getting a 21 against AC.
Yeah, my AC is 18, so...
Hitting you for 13 slashing damage.
I take the damage.
The one over here is going to also strike at... getting a 23 against AC. Hitting you for 10 slashing damage, VMAX.
Alright.
Okay, is there any of them left? Oh, wait, and there's one more over here, who will also try and strike at the bear in front of him. Getting a 15 against AC, Mela?
That is a hit.
Prime?
Yeah, what's up, man?
What has this goat doing in the meantime?
That goat seems to just be a little bit startled with what's going on. And you can see it just trying to break free from its bonds.
Alright.
Okay, so the last orc slashes you for 6 slashing damage, Mela.
6. Yes.
Zed, death saving throw, please.
Give me another success. Nope.
No.
Failure! Benjamin.
I'll teach this man something about tactics. 15.
That is a hit.
$14.
With a quick 1-2, you just sort of shank him.
Onwards, VMAC.
Yeah. You just hear the mumbled screams of the guy getting electrocuted by... you.
R.
66% of the time.
Of course, every time.
I'm gonna attack the chieftain right back.
Okay.
Please. 16.
Just.
Oh, yes. What did I say last? 13. Yeah, 13 again.
Okay, good solid hit, but this guy naturally seems a bit tougher than the other.
Yeah. But I
Okay.
gave him the same amount of damage.
Oh yeah, that's what counts. VMAX.
So I'm gonna run over, and I am gonna grapple him.
Okay.
So strength check against his.
What's he got? Yes, he will be doing an athletics on this one.
Alright, so I've got advantage because I'm raging.
Okay.
Pretty sure the rage stays, right?
Jesus, okay. I got 26.
What?
I critted and he's got a +6. You try your best to sort of clamber around him and hold him down, but even with your sheer strength, he's able to sort of just push.
Wow. Just checking though, but this counts as an attack, right?
Yes.
For the rage. Alright.
Yeah.
Well then, I
Mela.
tried.
Hey, you tried, but unfortunately I rolled really.
Yeah. Okay. I will. I want to help Rogue now.
Okay.
He failed once. So I'm just gonna move and allow the guy here to get an opportunity attack if you want
Which
to.
very much will.
Mm-hmm.
15 against AC.
Hit.
Hitting you for 8 slashing damage.
Okay. So I still have 7 HP left as my bear form, but I'm
Okay.
gonna turn back into my human form and
Mhm.
use Cure Wounds on Rogue.
Okay. You sort of reawaken once more as all kinds of carnage is happening around.
Okay. Woohoo! +3. That's
10.
10 HP. Rogue.
Yay, 10
Congrats.
HP.
Okay, and where are you ending up, Mela? Over there? Okay.
Over here.
Orcs, this one's going to join the fray once more, flanking on you.
Flanking. Oh.
Achieving a 23 against you.
Yeah.
Hitting you for 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
This guy over here sort of cackles to himself over your feeble grapple attempts, VMAC, and he's going to turn around and just try and clobber you. Getting a 17 against your AC.
Hit.
Hitting you for 9 slashing damage.
4.
Z, back in the land of the living.
Fresh and ready. I stand up.
Okay.
Banking with VMAC, I'm just going to go straight out. Attack him.
Okay.
Uh, 20.
That's a hit, yeah.
Bludgeoning damage.
What was it, sorry?
4 bludgeon.
Okay. Anything else at all?
Yeah, I'm gonna bonus action flurry of blows.
Cool.
That's 20 again.
Yep.
Five slashing damage.
Nice, okay, it's time to get the hits in.
No.
That's that time.
But I will drunkenly
Of course you will. You.
I will turn around and attack the guy who...
Turn around.
Yeah. That's a weird roll.
In your battered state, you swing, but it just sort of goes wide.
I'm god fucking damn it. Piece of shit. There we go.
VMAC.
No, sorry.
What's
Can
up?
you still hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my bonus action to
Okay.
use action surge and use
Oh,
another.
okay. Yeah, my bad.
I'm actually yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try again.
You can do it.
That's
Much
better.
Yeah.
So that's a 24.
Okay.
And same again.
You
13.
may have missed with the first attack, but you turn it into a feign and then come down with a second attack straight into the guy's.
Yeah. That's me done, I guess.
Nice. VMAC.
Just a question, but did we skip Quincy's turn? So I thought he was
Yes, I think we did. So,
I'm no
Ben-
longer important.
Yes, sorry, I do apologize. Benjamin, do you want to go now?
Sure.
Should have gone before you, but my bad.
That doesn't really matter. Didn't we get the same?
Same, yeah.
Hmm.
There we go. 6.
Nice.
22.
Yeah, that's a hit.
9.
Nice, good hit. And then VMAC.
Yeah, I'm gonna grapple him again
Okay.
because I want to interrogate him for questions. And who's doing this at my name?
Yeah.
Shit, damn it.
I got a 15.
Well,
It's like the guy is covered in baby oil. You just can't grab a hold of
why are you so tough to grapple on?
it. Mela.
Yeah, yep. I'm gonna do Eldritch. No, not Eldritch, but you know the flame thingy.
Okay.
That's not Eldritch Blast. It's basically
Your Enna is showing.
it's basically Eldritch Blast. Okay.
What did you get?
So it's +5 to hit.
So yes, that will be a hit.
Let's see, rolling for damage. Fire damage, 5 fiery damage.
Okay, nice. His wounds are starting to take a toll.
Next person.
Okay, right. So there are 3 individuals. Which one's he gonna go for? He's gonna swing at you, Benjamin.
Not me.
20 against AC.
Oh, that hits.
How much you taking damage?
Only manages 9 slashing damage, however.
Alright. What did you say, Cindrus?
Did you actually take damage up to this point?
No, this is the first time I took damage.
I was like, wait, you were like, wait, what? I was like, wait a minute, this is like the first time you take damage.
See.
I am going to re-engage and whack him.
Okay.
Cindrus, you know why?
Because you're smart.
Every time I engage with an enemy, it dies.
17.
17's a hit.
I don't see that happening with this guy.
He's a bit bigger.
6 bludgeoning
Nice.
damage.
He is bloodied.
I'm then going to use my final flurry of blows.
Then 19's a hit.
Seven slashing.
Nice.
20.
Yeah, that's a hit.
5 slashing damage.
Good stuff.
And drunken
Then I presume
Disengage.
disengage, yeah.
All right. Bloop bloop. Uh-oh.
Oh shit!
That's a no-no.
Seems that hit's thrown you off balance a little.
Me getting hit. What's this?
You.
He's focused on VMAC, right?
He seems to be sort of wildly slashing at whatever's.
Alright, because I'm gonna try and sidestep him and twirl around and put my axe in his back,
Okay,
in a weak spot of his armor.
fair enough. Well, you currently have. Oh, yeah. You currently
So I'm
have
basically
flanking. Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I currently have flanking. I'm gonna have flanking.
Yeah.
Just wanna
Yeah.
have a
Fair
better
enough.
position at it.
Nice bit of flavor added there.
Mm-hmm. So that's 14.
14 isn't enough, unfortunately. Sort of
Yeah.
pushes you away just before you're able to land the blow. Okay, VMAC. He seems remarkably standing his ground. Three of you on.
Strength check again.
Okay.
Better.
14 from me.
I got, hang on. 15!
Nice. You're able to finally get a hold of him and grapple him.
Good.
Nice.
So now he's restrained, and then it was not a grapple to put him prone.
Do you have something that makes
Nope.
him restrained when you grapple? Because a grapple
No,
is
I just
not.
hold it. Yeah, I'm just. Is it not?
No, it just means he's grappled, which means he can't move.
I thought
Grapple
it
and
was-
restrained are two very different status effects.
Well, I don't have any. Yeah, so I'm just.
Fair enough. Mela. You see VMAC just able to finally get a hold of the gun.
I'm actually gonna look it up though, because I wasn't sure about it.
Mela actually went to the loo. She'll be back. Yeah.
No,
So. Maybe a short drink break.
I mean,
In the
yeah,
middle of
sure.
battle.
Never gonna say no to a cup of tea.
Yeah. Yeah.
The tension.
See,
Can't handle.
this is why they put kettles in all of the British tanks.
Yes, exactly.
Like
We're
in
almost
the middle
done,
of
right?
battle, I need a cup of tea. Let me just bring you one.
Are we gonna have a break then, or what? Or after the battle?
If Mela's in the toilet, then yeah, we may as well grab a drink.
Right.
Back in a second.
Sure. I'll do the fire thing again.
Okay.
So 19,
That's a hit.
and then we have 4 damage.
Nice.
Such damage. Many hurts.
Every little helps. Okay. Which point, the orc is going to try and slash at VMAC, who's trying to grab hold of him. Getting an 18 against your AC.
That's it.
And hitting you for only 7 slashing damage.
So free.
Yes. Z.
I am going to come this side and give him a good whack.
Aha. The old 1-2, eh?
15.
15 is a miss, unfortunately.
Uh,
Means it just sort of has a glancing hit off the side of his arm, not able to land a hit.
just standard bonus action attack
Okay.
for 17.
That's a hit.
Slash. 6. Slashing damage.
Nice. He's getting tired, he's getting woozy, and it seems a little bit incoherent with his sort of muttering as he sort of swings. Benjamin, who I presume is still on a break.
He returns.
Yeah.
Quite
Welcome back.
Am I still flanking? Where am I?
Yes.
I was fixing my chair. 13. Oh no, I hope. Just kidding, that's 14. That's 19.
Yeah, a little bit different. That's a hit.
11.
Okay, 11. Okay, he seems like he's on his last legs.
Finish him.
You.
Now, it's time. Uh, 17?
That's
No.
a hit.
Yeah, 17. Yeah, 13.
How would you like to do this?
Ooh. Were we keeping him alive?
That's a good question. Are you?
That's your choice, Jimmy.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kick him in the side, and I'm gonna as he stumbles, I'm going to whack my axe into the side of his throat
Nice.
as hard as I can.
Just hear this crunch as his Adam apple just gets crushed. And you see sort of gore and Ica just go flying out the side of his VMAC lets go finally as he just plummets into the ground, bloodied and deceased. With that, the encampment is cleared out. Sorry. So, as the last of them falls, you kind of just sort of look around at your surroundings. You see the last ram finally break free of its shackles and just run off into the fire, disappearing into the distance.
How's the other one doing?
The other one looks quite crispy.
Really?
Is it
I'm gonna
burnt
take
or
it
is
out of the
edible?
fire and see how it is.
It's definitely a little undercooked. It needs a little bit longer to get the juices flowing, but you can definitely tell that it smells lovely. A little bit more time and a little bit of seasoning, and you'll have a feast.
Guys, Is this a good place for a long rest? Because we
Yeah.
have food.
I mean, we could just gas the prisoners, come back,
Gas
enjoy a few
prisoners?
soda.
Yes, the prisoners. Did you
The
just
freed prisoners.
say?
There are prisoners now.
We could just gas the prisoners.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
Humans make the best slaves.
Vi mag von Richthofen.
So you see Henry and sort of like the other prisoners from earlier just sort of come out from hiding or what. You see like this sort of mid-30s woman just sort of lean out and say, is the coast clear?
Yes. You're safe now.
They sort of move cautiously forward, just sort of taking refuge by the fire. And almost
I
sort
do
of
like how the orc that's bloody from the battle is saying that they're safe.
Which they could clearly tell I'm on their side.
Uh-huh.
well, they've been
Which-
watching you basically decapitate the chieftain guys. So
Which ones of you are the parents of little Henry?
two of them put their hands up and say, is he safe? At which
He's
point he
safe.
leans out and says, Mama, Papa!
He's been a very good boy.
They sort of embrace one another and look to you and say, we can never possibly repay you.
No, you cannot. But that's quite alright.
You can try.
That's why we will sell them into slavery.
They look to you and say, when we arrive into Edgeport, we'll be sure to reward you for your... You wouldn't see any of the local guard doing what you're doing. So,
That sounds like a fair bargain. Let's stay here for the night and eat this
hunker down
round
for the
and travel
evening.
on.
You engorge yourself on the deliciousness that is roasted ram meat.
Do we have any loot that we find that's interesting?
Make an investigation check. You all have the evening to your own devices, so you can sort of have a little rummage around and see.
I'm just gonna drink and collapse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
-1, so I have 7.
21.
So, you rummage around, and Benjamin, you're able to find all manner of goods, and you definitely get the impression they've been sort of ransacked from caravans coming and going. You find certain foodstuffs and meats. You find fine silks and tailor-made products. You find cloths. You find one batch of crates that look to be armament. And digging on through, you're able to find fine sets of armors, robes, as well as what looks to be a series of blades of various sort of quality. You're also able to find what looks to be quite an exquisite longsword in the pile, and looks to be far more elaborate in nature than, say, the other blades that you found. You're also able to sort of dig through what the orcs had on them, and between sort of like the scraps of hide, you're able to find on the chieftain quite a grizzled two-handed great axe that has various sort of runes embroidered into its side.
I'm interested. Great axe. If you guys don't mind.
No?
Mm-hmm. Alright, take that off.
I pick up the axe.
Okay. It's fairly gnarly in appearance, but it definitely is of better quality than it seems. It has a good swing to it.
Exactly my thought. Now you're cursed with a blood curse.
This is cursed.
It's okay. If it's a talking axe, I get to be, talk to it.
You don't hear any voices as such, but you definitely, you feel as though you're ready to give it a good swing into someone's...
Sudden bloodlust.
Hungers for blood. of the innocent.
You?
It matches my raging.
Yes.
What kind of weapons do you use?
Currently I use a shield and a battle axe.
Hmm. I found a nice longsword on this guy here. Maybe something for you? It's too heavy for me.
A long sword, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Can I? No, that's two-handed. I use
No.
one-handed.
It's versatile.
fighting.
It's one-handed.
Oh, it's versa. Right. What's the damage specs on it?
D8 or versatile D10.
Same as my battle axe then.
Yeah. But this has the prefix nice.
Sorry?
This has a prefix that says nice.
It certainly seems to be an exquisite item, yeah.
Oh,
Well, we could sell it.
Either magical or this really nice. One of the two.
Why not both?
Why
Mm.
not?
I'll give it a try.
Okay. You give it a quick flurry of blows, and you sort of see almost like a cold mist just drift off to the blade as you give it a swing into a nearby, say, tree or bit of shrubbery. You see some of the leaves begin to sort of freeze over.
That's nice.
It also it feels very cold to the touch.
That doesn't bother me at all. Right, I could use this weapon.
And there are also a few other nice things in the pile here.
Yeah, you find various sort of armaments, quality levers, robes and such. You dig on through and find rations and water supplies. You find some ales as well. It seems one of the merchants they ransacked was a traveling sort of barkeep with various sort of kegs on.
Did you
whatnot.
say ale?
Yes, there are ales.
That'd be ill. Maybe
And
as-
you also sort of find a small collection of what look to be jewelry.
a small collection.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe for the guys that wear armor, maybe there's an upgrade among it.
You have a little look over. You find sort of scale mail, a few sets of scale mail. You're able to find some studded leather, some harness, that sort of thing.
Is that an upgrade for any of you guys?
I'm good.
I
use
don't
chainmail.
wear anything.
Maybe you should start
Uh,
wearing
I have leather armor at the moment. Was there something?
studded.
You find some studded leather armor.
I'll see if it's an upgrade. Take a look here. Roll 20.
To the player manual.
Mm,
Yeah, studded leather is 1 AC better if you want.
Yeah, I mean that might be nice.
Alright. See if it fits. Switch roleplay.
okay. So you sort of, it's a little large fit, but it will do. If you're really worried about it, you can probably make some modifications without too much issue to fit you a bit better. But yeah, it does.
What are you wearing actually, Jimmy? You?
I'm wearing that chainmail we found in town. In his cabin, the one that's it looks nice, but I don't think it had any real magical properties.
What's your dex, actually?
My dex? Oh,
Yeah.
it's. Let's see. It's 13.
Ooh, almost. If it was 14, it'd be just a little bit better. Then
A little bit better than 13.
oh, your chainmail gives you 16 AC.
18 with 16.
shield.
18
Yeah,
with
shield.
my shield. Yeah.
The skill mail gives 14 plus 2 dex. So if you had 14, you would have the same.
Mm.
It weighs 10 pounds less, Jimmy. 10 pounds.
Oh,
Mm.
that min-maxing. So, you all rest up for the evening. You sort of have a little look through the various wares that you want to take. You all have a hearty meal with the roasted lamb over the fire, and the various merchants and whatnot and former prisoners get a good night's rest to try and heal from their wounds to the best of their ability. You awaken in the morning. It seems to be quite a brisk but fresh, and you sort of have a quick meal before heading on off again. So, is your plan to continue through to Edge?
I would think so.
Okay.
I mean, we were supposed to go up to the mountains and stuff.
Well, we were on our way to Edgefield, weren't we?
Yeah, I thought we were going to go to Edgeport first, then head out to find Crimson Brotherhood.
Alright. Right, maybe. I forgot, because we were discussing if we were gonna cut over towards
Yeah.
Baldur's Folly, and I think I said maybe we can go to Edgeport, but then I thought you guys wanted to go directly and not go with Edgeport. But if we're going to Edgeport, we can go to Edgeport.
You're currently roughly about here.
Yeah, then it makes sense to go to Edgeport.
I mean, the trader's also going to Edgeport.
Yeah.
And they will give us stuff if we come with
Yep.
them.
Oh, yeah.
Famous.
I mean, if that's what you're in for, I guess. So, you set on off and you sort of make your way
we
back. Sorry?
we bring some of the jewelry and stuff, right, guys?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
As
I
much
took
as
the
we-
jewelry.
Like what
And
we
some
can carry
cloth.
that we don't need, we can still sell.
The merchants also sort of have a little look through to see if they can recognize anything from their wares, and they sort of take a few sort of like bolts of cloth and whatnot, a few of their armor, that sort of thing. So you have a bit of a rudimentary caravan of sorts as you meander your way through. So, BMAC, can I get a survival check, please?
Oh, I'm leading the party. Of course I'm leading the party.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I think it's better if the traders lead the party.
Unless someone
Maybe.
else wants to lead the party.
maybe I should try.
I
Okay.
was going to suggest, well, the traders know the way, right?
They have a rough idea. They've not been this far from the road before, but they might be able to hazard a better guess at which direction they need.
We can ask them for help.
Okay, so you ask them to lead the way, or you ask them to help one of you out.
Yeah, to help us if they know. Like,
Okay, they sort of have a little look around the
Yeah.
rough sort of area, and they think they might be able to point you in the right direction. So in that case, you whoever's doing the survival check has advantage.
okay, should I do it? Should.
Survival?
You're taking too long, I'll do it.
Me? Yeah.
I already rolled
you did.
one, so next one is 21.
I mean. Okay.
Okay.
Just draw
So-
the next one.
With the help of the merchants and whatnot, they're able to sort of point you in the right direction. You very quickly find your way out from the woodland landscape and back onto the frozen. You sort of trudge through the snow that has recently fallen in the past few days. But you make pretty good time. And by sort of like the mid-afternoon-ish time, you see on the distance the coastline, and you see where sort of the two sides of the valley begin to separate. You see what looks to be in the distance a fairly small-ish town nestled into a crook of the coastline. You make your way down the descent around the side, and you sort of come on closer and rejoin the main road. After pushing on for say another hour or so, you find yourselves in the just outside the walls of Edgeport. So, as you make your way on through, there's various individuals coming and going. The guards sort of give you an eye over, and as you sort of approach, one of them sort of looks up onto you and says, "You all don't look like you're from around here. And who might you be?" Speak up, I don't have all day.
We're just
I push.
merchants travelling from Wildhaven.
Oh, aye. All of you? And,
I'm an
sort of-
adventurer.
Yeah, a few of them sort of step forward and say, "Well, we need to see the town master. We were attacked. These brave souls helped us escape from an orc encampment. Truly, it was terrible." And the guard sort of consoles the woman. And says, "Why didn't you say anything? Come, you may." And at which point he turns to one of the other guards and says, "Send word to the town master what's transpired." And, you see the other guard just sort of run off into the alleys into the town. You're beckoned on inside, and you are greeted with the familiar sense of civilization once. You see market stalls here and there offering all kinds of refreshment, from salted meats to ale to blacksmiths hammering away with black powder, filling the center of the air. It's a bustling market here in the entranceway of Edgeport, and there's all manner of individuals coming and going. The merchants profusely thank you all for your effort, and a few of them sort of chime in together and hand on over a small coin pouch to you all, and wish you good fortune in the future. They head on their own way, and leaving you standing in the bazaars of Edgeport to yourselves. I think there might be a pretty good place to end the session for today.
No. You didn't tell me how much was in that pouch.
Yes.
Okay.
You know how much.
You set on up and you sort of count out a few coin, and it seems as though the merchants together have been able to scramble together 3 gold. But
3 gold.
This
Wait,
is
how many people are we? We're like 5?
3 gold each.
no, 3 gold in total.
Alright.
You find 30 silver.
So 6 silver per person. Alright, I'll just write down 6 silver then.
5.
What?
Oh, no, 6, yeah.
I mean, like the fine silks and cloths and ropes and collective jewelry will be worth something. So
Yes.
next session we'll sell that to merchants here, I guess.
Yeah.
Apparently,
you can
we're
sell
all
it.
merchants.
Yeah, certainly we're merchants.
Well, write down 6 silver for yourself so you don't forget.
Okay. I'm confused.
Well, what are you confused about?
Wait, is it 30 silver?
30 silver is 3 gold.
Yes. Wait. Yes. Now I'm hanging on to the logics.
Hanging on.
So we just split it as a group and each person gets 6 silver.
I thought something that we got 3 gold and 30 silver from
No.
somewhere.
No.
And no. Okay. Oh. Can we count the merchant goods and sell them?
Yeah, okay, so you make your way through, and actually, no, we'll role play that next time and see how well you.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Shopping session.
Mm-hmm. You know it.
And with any luck, those nice weapons that we found
Hmm.
are nice indeed.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah.
show you roleplay.
That moment you realize you're never gonna have a good weapon because there's only one weapon that you use.
Ah.
That moment you don't need weapons because your fists somehow become magical.
Nah.
See, I don't need clothes because reasons.
You know what's funny? Three of us can actually use braces of defense. I think the barbarian doesn't wear armor.
Mm-hmm.
The monk doesn't wear armor.
Nope.
And I don't wear armor.
I can wear armor, I just...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's same.
But
Do you
I-
even get armor proficiencies, Rogue?
Yeah.
As a monk?
Yeah.
So
when I put on the studded leather, I realized I've been using my no armor AC when counting the AC for all the time. Because I highlighted that one. I highlighted that one instead of that one.
Well done.
I am smart person. Yeah, such engineer,
you have many IQ.
many skills. Okay.
Fun times, yo.
Thank you for a good session.
Yeah, thank you.
Next.